Okay, so today we're going to be mortising out some holes in some of our boards for a project I'm working on, building some bookshelves to put some doors on the wings. And we're going to be using these SOSS 103 invisible hinges. And I think these are just the right hinges for the project that I'm working on. I want to have sort of some invisible hinges that you can't see from the outside. And they need to be small and functional. So I think this is great. So I got online, did a bunch of research, started looking into these, went ahead and ordered them, got them here, and that was great. So I was getting ready to start the project, and as I started reading through and learning a little bit more about how to install these hinges, it became clear that there were a few other components that were also required. So in addition to the hinge itself, obviously we have to be able to mortise those hinges out. And the instruction manual that comes with the hinges here also calls for a template. So we need a wooden template to put on top of our board. So this is our SOSS 103 template, and this goes on top of the board, and then we're going to put the router on top of here and use it to mortise out the hole for the hinge. So we need to order the template here separate from the hinges, so we've got that. Now, once you get your template, you also discover that you need a router guide. And the router guide goes in the router here and then goes into the hole and then helps keep the router bit going in the right place. And of course, I had a whole collection of router guides here, and I thought, well, sure, 3/4 inch, this is exactly the one I need. Not so fast. Turns out that what you need actually is this specific router template that they call for. And the reason is because it's got a taller neck. And so you can see here with the silver guide on your right, it's got a much taller neck than the brass on your left. Even though the diameter and everything else is the same, you still need this specialized collet. And of course you need the nut, or not the collet, the guide bushing. And you need the nut to go on the guide bushing, which is for some reason sold separately. So go figure that. It's kind of difficult to understand, but I guess maybe they presume that you might already have one. So anyway, so there you go. So you're going to need that. Now, in addition to the hinge and the templates, the guide bushing and the nut sold separately, you're also going to need a specialized router bit. And the specialized router bit in this case is made by Amana, and this is the one that SOSS recommends. And this router bit has a 3/8 inch diameter and is about 3 1/4 inches long, and it's quite a beefy router bit, specifically intended for mortising type applications. And once you get this, you go to put it in your router, and you're like, cool, well, I'm ready to go. And then you discover that, oh, well, my router, similar to my DeWalt 613 here, came with two collets. One is a 1/4 inch collet and one is a 1/2 inch collet, neither of which work for a 3/8 inch bit. So you can set those aside. You're going to need to order now a specialized 3/8 inch collet chuck. And just FYI, if you happen to own one of these DeWalt 618s, DeWalt doesn't make a 3/8 inch collet chuck for that. You have to order one separately. So I was able to find this one from Bosch on Amazon. So now we have got our hinges, we have got our specialized router bits here, we've got our collet chuck, we've got our template. How much is all this? This is one of the interesting things as you start to get into this. You know, the hinges themselves were $18.20, so I've got about 2 packs of those, so $36.40 for the hinges. We've got the router bit here, which is quite expensive actually, at $54.86 for the router bit. We've got our wooden guide template for $30. The guide bushing here, $7.12. The nut sold separately, $4.30. And our 3/8 inch router collet here, $19.53. So all in, $152.21 to install my $18.20 sets of hinges. So it's a little surprising as you get into this, all the different components that you need. So just something to be aware of as you start your project. I mean, obviously we'll hold on to all these other components for future projects. They'll go in the toolbox with everything else, but nevertheless, fairly high one-time cost to get started with your SOSS hinges. So hope your project goes well. Next up, we'll take a look at how we're going to use these for our bookshelves and how we're going to use all this to mortise out the holes for our hinges to go into. So we'll take a look at that next.